Hello, boys and girls. So today we went on an orange hunt where you found different orange things in your home. And now I came outside because it's such a nice day out. You know, the clouds are in the sky, but it's still very nice out. So I encourage you to get outside today. So I am outside today and I'm going to read you your story outside today. The story that we'll be reading is called The Last Stop on Market Street. The words are by Matt Delana Pena, and pictures are by Christian Robinson. Last stop on Market Street. And here's a picture of the city. Very colorful. Let's see if I can fit this in here for you. CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps. The outside air smelt like freedom, but it also smelt like rain, which freckled CJ's shirt and dripped down his nose. It rained a little bit here this morning. He ducked under his Nana umbrella, saying, "How come we gotta wait for the bus and all this wet?" "Trees get thirsty too," his Nana told him. "Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw?" CJ looked for a long time, but he never saw a straw. Remember when we did our tree study and we talked about how trees' roots drink up all of the water and it waters their leaves? And that's what Nana was talking about, that it's a big straw, and so the roots are down here and the water comes and it sends it all the way up to the top to feed all of its leaves. My tree in my front yard right now is growing buds, so the leaves are just starting to grow. From the bus stop, he watched the water pool on the flower petals. Watch the rain patter against the windshield of a nearby car. His friend Colby came in and gave CJ a wave and drove away with his dad. "Nana, how come we don't got a car?" The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged. The door swung open. They're taking the city bus. Some of you guys ride the bus, don't you? Yeah. People get around in all different ways. Not everybody has a car or a van. Some people ride the bus to get around, and some people ride bikes or rollerblades or walk. "What's that I see?" Mr. Dennis asked. He pulled a coin from behind CJ's ear and placed it in his palm. His palm is in his hand. Nana laughed her deep laugh and pushed CJ along. See, that's the bus driver. He was playing a trick with him. He said that he had a coin behind his ear. They sat right up front. The man across the way was tuning a guitar. An old woman with curlers had butterflies in a jar. Nana gave everyone a great big smile and a good afternoon. She made sure CJ did the same. It's polite to say hello to people, isn't it? We talk about that. If you see somebody, you could always just smile or wave or say, "Hi, hello." The bus lurched forward and stopped. Nana hummed as she knit. "How come we always gotta go here after church?" CJ said. "Miguel and Colby never have to go anywhere." "I feel sorry for those boys," she told him. "They'll never get a chance to meet Bobo or the sunglass man. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat." CJ stared out the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched cars zip by on either side. He watched a group of boys hop curbs on bikes. See his Nana? She's knitting. Remember when we read the book The Mitten and they knitted those, the mittens? Yeah. And there's CJ. He's looking out the window. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat. "How come that man can't see?" "Boy, what do you know about seeing?" Nana told him. "Some people watch the world with their ears." "That's a fact. Their noses, too," the man said, sniffing the air. That's a mighty fine perfume you're wearing today, ma'am. Nana squeezed the man's hand and laughed her deep laugh. This man is blind. He's not able to see with his eyes, but he says he uses his nose and his ears to be able to explore the world. And he is a seeing eye dog, a service guide. That dog helps him get around safely. Two older boys got on next. CJ walks as they moved on by and stood back. Sure, wish I had one of those, he said, Nana setting down her knitting. What for? You can't get a real live thing sitting across from you. Why don't you ask the man if he will play us a song? CJ didn't have to. The guitar player was already plucking strings and began to sing. To feel the magic of music, the blind man whispered. I like to close my eyes. Nana closed hers too. So did CJ and the spotted dog. And the man is going to play his guitar for them. Do you see him? He's playing his guitar music. And in the darkness, the rhythm lifted CJ out of the bus and out of the busy city. He saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waves, saw a family of hawks slicing through the sky, saw an old woman's butterflies dancing free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full, and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him a feeling of magic. So he closed his eyes and thought of a really good place to be. Sounds very special. The song ended and CJ opened his eyes. Everyone on the bus clapped, even the boys in the back. Nana glanced at the coin in CJ's palm. CJ dropped it in the man's hat. Last stop on Market Street, Mr. Dennis called. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors, graffiti tagged on the windows and boarded up stores. He reached for Nana's hand. How come it's always so dirty over here? She smiled and pointed to the sky. Sometimes you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, and you're better witness for what's beautiful. CJ saw the perfect rainbow arching over their soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found beautiful, wherever he never even thought to look. He looked around, all around them again, and the bus rounding the corner out of sight, and the broken street lamps still lit up bright, and the stray cat shadows moving across the wall. You see the rainbow. I guess I didn't point that out. You see the big rainbow? And when he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, I'm glad we came. They're at the soup kitchen, so they're going to get food. They're going to go eat with their community. He thought his Nana might laugh, her deep laugh, but she didn't. She patted him on the head and told him, Me too, CJ. Now come on in. Look at that. They're a big community, so kind of like a school family, but in their community, in their town that they live in. They all get together and they eat at the soup kitchen. It's wonderful. And there's CJ and his Nana waiting for the bus to come pick him up. They were all done. Yeah. The end. I wish you all well, and I miss you and hope to see you sometime soon. Goodbye, friends.